Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Paul, and with me is the Sir Derp of Derpy, Derp. How you doing? I hope you can hear us all fine. Right now, if you could check, please, if the sound is okay. My biggest issue at the moment. Ben, so nice that you are here. Oh, there are already 3 Germans in here. Waldsprinter, hello. Lederjackenvater, hello. Let's see if we can find some cat in the desert. Oh, I missed you. So nice that you're here. He says, hello, aliens and humans. Are you? Oh, no. Okay. Okay. No, that we're not good with the sound, of course, because only me is in there. So I have to go back to the settings. I have to go back to audio. And I have no clue what went wrong here. I will do it again. Okay. Is it now better? Please say something, Derp. You can hear him now. Now we have to wait a few seconds. I have no clue what OBS is doing with me. No, still not. Okay, I'm working on it. Let's see what we can do. What went wrong here? Why I can't hear Derp. Maybe baby. Maybe baby. Okay, this is all fine. You can talk at least to me so I can see if the settings it's all showing up. It's quite annoying, to be honest. I will put this up too. So, next test, Derp, please say something. Something. Good evening, Johannes. Good evening, Leon Crafter. Can you hear him now? Please tell me that you can hear him now. Please tell me that you can hear him. Dang it! What is going on here? So I will tell them afterwards that we talked a lot. but I have no idea why you're not there. Because I didn't change any of the sound settings. Nothing, really nothing. Yeah, we are all skilled in breaking stuff, but this is really a funny thing. So let's try again. Ramonion, hello. Amishato, hi. Can you hear Derp now? Derp, sing us a song. Yeah, there's someone talking in the background, but I'm not sure why you can't hear him. Let's see. I will put up your higher. No Derp, still no Derp, no singing. Oh boys, what's going on here? He is there. I have no idea what is going wrong. That's well, I guess one thing what we can do, what we can try, if you remove and re-add. Yeah, I did. I already did. Um, I think I will switch to the channel where I normally stream. I will add you there, and let's see if it works then. Okay, I will call you in a minute back. So uh, give me a second. Of course, it's all going wrong. At all the other guys, please do not answer the call. Just derp. Hey. So let's see if it's working now. Can you hear derp now? Please tell me it's working. I have no clue. So we started the stream by talking and not talking. This is this. You're really quiet in the background, but yeah, but I got you're on 173%. Hey guys, Fuchs. Hey, I got sound problems, of course, again, and I have no clue how to fix them because there's nothing wrong with the audio. At least I think so. I got all. Hmm. We, I mean, I hear you really clearly and good and all that stuff. Are you recording your desktop speakers again? No, I'm not. I just edited something. Oh boy. You see now why I was so nervous? Yeah. I mean, this is basically how it started on Sandy Bay. It started in a disaster. I faintly hear derp now. Yeah. I mean, you're already in the red, so there's this. Yeah, you're already overshooting. Michael H. I'm doing fine, but I'm struggling with the voice. I have problems to get derp clear, and I have no idea why. I really have no idea why. What is going on? Sven, bist du hier im Voice? Nee, ich hatte extra gesagt, ich wechsle ihn auf den Channel, wo wir sonst streamen, aber keiner von den anderen bitte rangehen. Aber ich habe gerade total Probleme mit dem Voice, ich kriege ihn nicht rauf. Ja, ich versuch's weiter. Das ist kein Problem. Du hallst im Lautsprecher. So, we're trying and trying and trying. Sven hört man auch nicht. Okay, so there seems to be a problem that Discord doesn't want to give that in my stream. Forget you. No, 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 no. Forget about your worries and your stuff. So I can hear you loudly and clear. I'm not sure if I have to restart the stream again to do something for it. Simone, hi. Yeah, just talk. And the funny thing is, if Sven is not if not to be heard, and Sam is not to be heard, I really have no clue what happened. What I could do is maybe I start Discord new. May I? No. I would bet that if I watched me now in the mirror, I would be pale like lime. Oder in OBS ein Haken falsch. Sam says, Derp, you are really quiet, and he has to put you on 200% that he can hear you. Model Eicher is in the Discord now. Sam, can you say something if there's something wrong in general, please? You guys hear Sam talking? Say something more, please. Could you hear Sam now in the stream? No. Okay. So there's definitely something wrong with my audio. Oh, Oxy, hey there. So you just could have joined the stream because I got problems with the audio in general. It would not even be mentioned that your headset doesn't work because nobody would notice. I really have no clue what I can do. If I have to restart OBS, restart OBS, I will have to get a new stream key, right? If I restart Discord, I will restart Discord and call you again. Give me a second. So whoops. It didn't end. You hear me? You still hear me? You're still there? How can you be still there? Because Discord is closed. Yeah, maybe. No, there must be something really, really wrong at the moment because wenn du OBS innerhalb von 30 Sekunden neu startest, bleibt der Stream live. Okay, I will try that. Let's try that. Start. So let's see if we are back. So, are we back? Can you hear Derp now? Please say something.
Something.
The gaming farmer.
Is that what you wanted? I mean.
Yes.
Hey, yeah. There we go. Look at that.
Guys, I can tell you, we will start all over again. I will do the introduction for new because I'm sweating. I got goosebumps. I'm pale as a ghost. I'm so pale as the rocks in front of me because OBS and Discord are really killing it. So
we'll just kill the stream and start again. You never know. You might have the same problems. You might not.
Hello,
Try again.
everybody. Hello, everybody. Welcome to my
Hello.
channel. My name is Paul. With me is Sir Derp of Derpy. Say hi.
Yep. Hello.
Oh
Everyone.
boy, that was
Nazi,
that was a
Ukrainer.
start. That was a start. So how you doing? How are you doing?
I'm very well. Very well. How are you?
You don't ask.
I can answer that one for you. You're wonderful. That's what you are.
Yeah. Oh.
You're great.
Okay.
Calm, relaxed, chilled.
I think I have to check the weed now. If I had something to calm down. So everybody in the stream, hello again. I'm so glad that you all showed up. I'm so glad that Oxy showed up in the chat. He said that I have to excuse him because he had to work overtime and he just will join the chat. He will not be in the voice chat. But Sandy Bay Farming Agency Edition, the history behind it, we will start right now. How do you remember Sandy Bay back in the day, Sturb?
How back are we talking?
Yeah, when did you hear the first time from Sandy Bay and all that farming agency stuff and me and Oxy getting in a collaboration and all that?
Well, I mean, blimey, how far back does it go? I was sort of put into the testing group for Oxy pretty close to its release, and I distinctly remember the introduction. I mean, the first time Maze Plus even came out and I looked at it, I was amazed and completely confused. Now, that was completely my own fault for not reading the manuals initially and just sort of looking at it and sort of having a 5-minute play.
And there's Scroft in the chat who did great tutorials on it. Just for you. Just for you.
Just for me. I know that obviously Sim did a couple as well, didn't he? But at that point, I kind of... I use it now all the time. I don't really... If I can avoid playing a map without it, I will.
Yeah, Oxy...
Hey, Queen's here.
Queen! Greetings back. You could join the stream, the voice too, if you want to. I think I can add you to the voice channel. Now that it's working, I would love to have you in here, Queen. Really, would love to. Yeah, Oxy just mentioned that Sandy Bay goes back to FS15, and I didn't know that.
It does. Now, I never played 15.
Yeah, me neither.
It was actually by chance that I got into 17.
Oh, okay.
It was a complete accident. I'm not going to lie.
Well,
I used to follow Squirrel
on
YouTube, and every one of his videos that came out, I'd watch religiously. And there was one about Farm Sim 17, and it was I think it was like a paid kind of intro to the franchise kind of thing, and I watched it and I thought, that could be quite good actually, and I bought it half an hour after watching it, and I've probably spent 4,000 or 5,000 hours of my life on it collectively over the 2 games.
So you're an ambassador now. Are you for the UK or for America?
UK.
UK. So you're close by.
I'm close by.
I really didn't. I really didn't know Sandy Bay in the beginning. When I started with Maze Plus with Modelleicher together, we updated some maps with the high types that they could play with Maze Plus seasons and all that stuff. And I wrote to Oxy, I wrote to Lancy. I said here I would do the update with the high types, and you just have to release it so people can play on it. Nobody recognized me. Nobody was interested. Nobody replied. Nothing. And yeah, with Sandy Bay, I don't know why and how, but Oxy and me, we talked a lot in chat, and all of a sudden he says, you know what, is it possible to add this forage extension into Sandy Bay, but only the clover and and not the other stuff, not the onions and carrots and all that. And I said, yeah, sure. So I spent, I think, 8 hours, because it was the first map I edited for someone. I spent 8 hours in the nighttime to add it all to the map. And Oxy made a post by saying that Forage, Maze Plus and Forage extension will come to the map, and the people wanted suddenly everything from the Forage extension. So he called me up again and said, is it possible to put all the other stuff in too?
I just felt fresh.
so I did another 8 hours, and we had a lot of trouble because Forage extension wasn't really ready. We had too many limits. We had problems with the straw harvest, with the bale type limits and all that. So we pretty much got really close together. And with Oxy and Lancy afterwards in Stone Valley, it was, I guess, with both maps supporting that, suddenly all of the world wanted Maze Plus. So this is why I'm so deep into this map. It's even more than in Geiselsberg, for example, because there was only a map where we did the high types. But this here was the first map to support our stuff, and yeah, where the craziness started.
Bit of a trip down memory lane for you.
Yeah, it was really, really amazing. And then it started being in the streams with FS Club, where I met you.
Hmm?
And it got even crazier.
Didn't it?
Yeah, for me it was 3:30 in the night. I had to get up to get into the streams.
Dedication, like it.
And it was really amazing, and yeah, I really loved it. And now we finally brought Sandy home, that she got all the stuff that we have. So we updated it on the horse extension. BGO, who's in the stream here too, did that. He also edited precision farming. He also edited compost is in there too, working with precision farming. So you get nitrogen working. We have a selling station for it. I think it's at the garden center, right?
I think that's where it is.
Yeah.
That's where it is. Yeah.
At the garden center here, where you can buy the compost. And it's actually working. So you get the dark spray type, you get the nitrogen, and it's all working with precision farming. It's really, really well done.
Yeah.
We wait. Let's jump back here. Of course, there's still the manure and all that stuff. That that was also the first time that I implemented manure to sheep, and the bedding with straw was also here on this map. It all comes back now. It all comes back now.
This is from a lot of things, sheep. It's like chickens. Apparently, they don't need water. Go figure.
Yeah.
Go figure.
Oh boy, so many I didn't say hello to. I tried to catch up a little bit. Queen, of course. Max, hello. Stingray, hi. Scroft, I said hello. Jason, hi. Cat Wars, Volker H, hi. Steves, hi, Steves. Oh yeah, and then comes a hard name for me. Walter Plickett. I hope I didn't butcher your name. I'm sorry if I did.
You tried. No, that's okay. You tried.
Okay.
Hey, Lancy, Steves.
Hey,
Oxy.
Lancy boy. Hey.
I did catch Oxy's comment a couple of minutes ago. I just didn't want to interrupt. Soon, Alone Giant software. Could you imagine? What a terrible idea. I love it.
So the club is
idea.
back together now. The group is back together now. If Lancy's in here now too, we're all back at the roots. No, what I wanted to show is we still have to do some smaller adjustments. The crops are all in here. Yeah, the crop XML is working with the seasons. with the feeding, I still have to change the fill type naming here because clover hay dry alfalfa is not fitting, and it should be clover hay, alfalfa hay, whole crop silage, and fermented. I have to change that. Of course, the calves are in here with the milk. The pigs look okayish. The sheep, same here with the dry alfalfa, right? I have to change the names. Oh, and you see here, one husbandry has no manure, and the other has manure and straw. It's like it was. Horses, yeah, I have to change that. So we have to do some smaller fittings in here. Basically, the map is still completely the same. I'm not sure if the animated menu system was in here before, but now of course it is. I'm not sure because Robert Bull made it back in the days, the menu system. But BGO made all the stuff with the precision farming and the compost. He changed it, so you get all the crop destruction now. You have the known crop swath, so that you can do green mowing on the fields. What we still have to change is the crop XMLs. I mean, these are Oxy's textures, I guess. But what we do have to change is if you go in the growing stages, it's not that thick at the moment. Yeah.
Yeah. Densities.
Yeah, the density, right. We have to change the densities. Still have to change the densities. But this will be done. And of course, I kept Oxy's old grass texture. We didn't do the colored one because I think people like it, and Oxy made put a lot of work in it. So we kept this.
Lovely.
But the density will also go a little bit higher. We will do it a little bit higher. BGO writes, okay, no, he put it in. It wasn't in there. It wasn't. So there haven't been animated menu hoses, but they are now. I will go to it again. Okay. So it was just a simple coupling then, and now it's the animated thing here with the,
Yeah, got you.
Well, it's so hard for me to talk, to watch, to walk, and to read the chat.
To do everything.
Yeah, it's really hard. I mean, I'm an old man.
Like, this is why I don't do it. One, I couldn't get the stream to the page. There's no chance I'd get that even happening.
Fatty Gooby, hi.
Like I said, I tried to. I crashed my PC.
Oh.
With OBS, go figure,
Yeah, yesterday in club stream I heard you advertise reshade and all that stuff. Don't do it. I told club that it's not good to use reshade.
He told me. He told me you said that. He grossed up on you.
Yeah, and it's the truth because
I like it. I like reshade.
Yeah, but it's not necessary. You got an NVIDIA graphics card?
No.
Oh.
Oh.
Well, what do you say to the graphics here? How's the view of my graphic settings?
It's lovely. It's lovely. I won't fault it.
Yeah, it's without reshade or Suite of X or stuff like that. It's just the wonderful oxygen map lighting and the altered seasons and lighting from Modell Eicher and his lighting Geo. Because you don't need reshade or Suite of X. If you got an NVIDIA card, you can use the NVIDIA shaders, and you will gain so much on FPS. I was not able to stream with reshade on because it didn't work. My machine was.
So, he had the same problem.
Yeah. And this
I don't stream, and for me the loss in FPS is negligible.
Yeah, you play single player, right?
But I play single player, so to me it's I'm not really missing out on anything, no.
Yeah.
But I agree. If you can avoid reshade, I've always said avoid it if you can.
Yeah.
But I kind of felt that I was at a point where I kind of wanted more from it, you know.
When you when you're
Actually, I blame Oxy for that.
when you put a little effort in the settings of the NVIDIA shader settings, you basically can do everything Reshade can do too. You
Yeah.
have three options. You can do three different settings. So maybe if you want to do screenshots or so, you do a little bit blurry for the background or stuff like that, and your regular game setting. And I think when I got it right, Modell Eicher can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it was at least only 5 to 6 FPS he lost with the NVIDIA shader, and compared to me, I gained over 25 FPS by avoiding reshade and going to the NVIDIA shaders.
Yeah, and I would love to do the same, but I don't have an NVIDIA graphics card, so
Yeah, no, on this
at least not yet.
on
Not
this
yet.
PC here neither. So this is really without any shaders. It's just from Oxy and just from Modell Eicher. There's nothing else on here. Nothing.
It looks lovely. It does look lovely.
Just a little
Like I
bit.
said, I won't fault it. I can't fault it.
I'm really loving this map. So this map will be, of course, available for download. Yeah, with the small changes. I would say mid next week, we will do the release in our Discord and, of course, in Oxy's Discord. We have to. Yeah, we have to compensate now a little bit for FSUK closing, because I really can't imagine or remember how many farming agency maps were on FSUK that were not made by us. I think 6 Ashes was on there too, right?
Do you know, I'll be honest with you, I never really used it. I mostly tend to stick to ModHub and then a couple of the decent sites around. But I had a couple of things from FSUK modding, but...
So you are the reason that they had to close down?
Yeah, me single-handedly.
You single-handedly.
It's purely down to me, and for that, well...
Okay, 6 Ashes, Little Norton. But I mean, we will, of course, we will give the opportunity to enjoy the maps. So we will put it on just work upload. So it's free for all. We do not gain anything on it. And yeah, for the Maze Plus stuff, of course, the support is within our Maze Plus support Discord. And for questions about the map, Oxy has a wonderful Discord.
It does?
Yeah.
Speaking of which, there was a comment Oxy made a minute ago, which I think you missed a couple of minutes ago, that said with regards to the grass, it could be an upgrade to go to the Chellington grass textures instead.
Yeah,
changing Chellington grasses, I think that's an improvement. That's what he said.
We can do that. You know, I'm always there for talking. We can do it. Just but I think you have to send it to me so that I really got it right. That I really got the right grass texture. Because if I download one version more of Chellington, I think I have 10 or 12 versions on my PC, and I really don't look through it anymore.
Why?
Because Chellington should have been the first map who would have gotten the Terra Life update. And so there are, alone from Terra Life, from pre-precision farming to after precision farming, I think at least 3 or 4 versions on my PC, and I lost it. I really got lost in it. 6 Ashes FA was on the Giants testing list today. Yeah, right. This is the map from GB modding, right?
GB modding.
Yeah, he contacted me. He asked me for permission because Giants pushed him to get permission first. funny enough that someone who is an official partner of us has to show the permission, and some Polish guys just can upload the maps without. So yeah, he told me that he wanted to send it to ModHub. So thanks for the reminder, because now I know that 6 ashes I don't have to care for to get it in our Discord, because when it's on ModHub we will of course share the original link there. Yeah, we will do with the kindly permission of Oxy, of course, do some more maps. We have Marvel Manor after Sandy ready. It will come. Marvel Manor.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. I'm with you. Marvel.
Yeah, with done with precision farming and horse extension and compost and all that stuff. We will redo Lone Oak, Oakfield. Dang it! Basically every map that Oxy gave me permission for the horse extension update or the farming agency update will get a newer version with a compass working for precision farming. And maybe we should talk, Oxy, if there is some grass that we have to change on Lone Oak, I think, where I stuck to your old grass texture too. I'm into all your wishes. You just have to I mean, I can send you the maps before we put it in Discord, and you can take a look. No problem there. So of course you got the fruit destruction in here and all that stuff, but all fields and all stuff, we didn't change any on the optics or the layout of the map, because we never do, because I want to admire the maps, how the map makers intended them to be. Smaller changes, of course, like the compost selling station, where you had to fit in somewhere, right? Or the fittings from the manure system, but yeah, and I changed the feeding. Wait, I have to. I'm not sure if here's a mixer wagon, but I can show you that we changed that too.
He said he's going to send you over the grass.
Shop was way behind here, right? There. There it is.
So,
oh, okay. I made a mistake. I wanted to show you that there is the animal food extension in there, where you can put alfalfa, hay, clover, hay.
You broke it?
Yeah, I think when the last 5 minutes when I had to change it, I have to fix it again.
In your 5-minute panic.
Yeah. I think I put in the wrong XML file, but it will be in there, that you can put everything you want into the mixer wagon. That there is only a must-have for grass silage and for maize silage or corn silage. And all the other ingredients you can pick if you want to, but you don't have to. So
you're changing out the mixture again. Do you know, it's only been playing online with Simulation for the Nation that I've actually learnt the proper ratios for TMR. So now you're changing it again.
No, it's basically not changed. It's basically not changed. It's
it just makes things more of an option.
Yeah, you can put in everything you want now, because so many people ask, I want to feed hay in it, or I want to do this and that, because there will be an update from Maize Plus coming soon, where we will add some more interesting stuff to the feeding, and I kind of have to prepare the maps that we release now, that we don't have to change the animal food edition again, right? So you have now the option. No, you have the must-have is grass silage, maize silage. You have to have 20 up to 50%. But then you have the option to put in hay, straw, alfalfa hay, clover hay. You can put in alfalfa silage, clover silage. You can put in whole crop silage. You could put in CCM, soybean, barley, wheat, rape. You can put in potatoes, sugar beet, carrots.
Basically, just throw anything in, really.
Yeah, everything
Just
what
whatever
is
you like.
everything what is used in real life in the feeding, because in every country or in every town you have different feeding ratios that people use by
Of course, yeah.
by the stuff that they have. And we never intended to say you only have to feed this or that. But most people thought with our ratio that we gave, it is you have to take it. But we made it so that you can change it. But the changing, as you saw by myself, I made a mistake somewhere in the XML in the fast changing.
Yeah, of course.
So it's very easy to do something wrong and to give people just more of enjoyment in the hands instead of opening up XMLs. I really XMLs. I really try to.
See, I like that move a lot.
Yeah.
I have a deep hatred for root crops.
Yeah.
So having to put in sugar beet was always a. I just bought them in, to be honest with you. I didn't even bother harvesting them. I just bought them in.
Yeah.
Which is horribly costly, but
yeah, but remember
or willing to do that.
or imagine I earned my money 25 years. For 25 years I was a forage forage contractor. I sold food. So basically when I do a TMR, I buy some corn bales, maize silage bales, and stuff like that. Some people say, oh, it's unrealistic, and I say, no, it's not. This is where I did my money for the last 25 years with dealing with food. So it's if you have no interest in planting them, why not buy them? So we didn't put sugar beet in the shop because we only put in the base foods, the base food for the feeding. That when you start with seasons and you have nothing on the fields, nothing in the storage, that you can make a TMR. So we picked the potatoes, but maybe we can put in a pallet of sugar beet too. Why not? But we will extend sugar beet and potatoes because we will put in a beet pulp and sugar beet pulp. There will be a shovel for front loader or forklift or a wheel loader, where you can make them in smaller pieces, like it would have been done in real life for the feeding. And last week I saw a video of a Dutch farmer. He has carrot pulp. I never saw that, but
actually, no, I think I saw that. How that's really weird. I think I saw that same video.
It was so
on
orange.
YouTube.
It was on YouTube. It was so orange. It looked like it was.
It looked like somebody had coloured it. It was almost like a cartoon.
Yeah, right.
Oh, I saw that. I saw that.
Does the map have a harbor? Does it? It has. Let's have a look. Let's jump. I think.
I don't believe it does. No.
But it has great shorelines, right?
It's got the shorelines. It's got a beach, but it doesn't have a.
You know what? When I'm jumping from a cliff like that, I always press spacebar because I'm so into Battlefield. for the parachute.
You're expecting to pull out a parachute, of course.
Oi, mate.
Oh, Octi says it does have a small harbour. Right. Well, in that case, I'm wrong. Don't ever listen to a word I'm saying, because clearly I'm wrong.
Yeah, this is just so we can do some confusion. This is why you are in the voice and not Oxy. He can afterwards say, "Oh, boys, you told so much crap."
Yeah. Well, yeah. I'm good at that. I'm very good at that.
Yeah, it's kind of our middle name, right? Derp and Paul Crap.
Yeah, I can go with that.
Yeah.
That works for me.
I love it. Oh, it seems to be Corona Beach because there's no one on here.
Well, that's good. Well, that's a fair point, isn't it? Really, you can't use it at the minute.
I would love to have the player being able to sit down or or stuff like that. Because
You
when
have
you
to
do,
relax.
when you do role play and you do a group picture, it's always so annoying that you only can stand or crouch, like, I don't know.
This is something flying low overhead. Love it.
The cliff jumping, you remind. Yeah, lemmings, maybe.
Lemmings.
So, if you see a little bit of rubber banding or stutter, is because I didn't go over the whole map yet. So my shader cage has to fill up because I had to completely reinstall my whole farm sim, including all DLCs, because I made a mistake yesterday and now I have to pay for it. So there's simply no preparation on this map now done by me, except for fast forwarding to early summer. Noodles! Bonjour, bonjour! How's it going, guys? Yeah, now it's going good, but you should have seen the start of the video.
Should have been here about half an hour ago. It was wonderful. The panic.
I love these white cliffs. And what really, really, really is a shame, that I never was able to make a complete game on this map. Because with updating 60 to 70 maps, I saw a lot of them, and most of the time one field around the main farm where you spawn to test. But I never was able to play really long. I just started a couple of weeks ago with my team where we do the live streams, and I started playing with the wheel and paddles and shifter and side the side panels and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And we are doing not really role play, but we try to keep it quite serious. I mean, the first save game that we had, it was more to get into it, but now we're trying to get it more realistic, and it makes so much fun. And I really don't have any interest in updating any map at all, because I just want to play.
Yeah, it makes a change. It makes a change because you find a lot of people, especially in the position where they're making and modding and creating and that kind of thing, you just don't play the game.
And it's, I mean, the main interest in me doing YouTube is not to become the next big whatever DJ or FS or whatever, or a dagger win. For me, it's easier to talk to people and express what we want to do, to show them what we are working on. So in our streams there will be a lot of hints and spoilers, and you can see what we are working on, what we are trying to achieve, and we really want to get you guys into conversation with us, that you talk to us, that you say, maybe you could change it that way, or couldn't it be this way better. So it's my perspective. My stream that I do is not always, here, look how good I can drive virtual tractor. It's more no, it's really it's really to have a little background movement and talking with the guys. But it's hard. It's really hard to drive and read the chat, I can tell you that.
You have to be more like a chameleon. One eye one way, the other eye on the screen.
Or I have to play on a smaller screen and only in front the chat.
Yeah, be able to concentrate on the game and read the chat, and make sure that you can, speak and actually say words. And no, it's difficult. And again, that's why I just don't try.
So you see what I have to deal with here. What Model Aisha says. You couldn't show how to drive virtual tractors well, anyways.
Well, no comment on that.
You never saw FS Club driving. So
I have.
No, I mean Model Aisha, he never saw. And when he
has.
When he puts up his daughter, little FSC, and she drives better than he does. So
when his daughter drives better than him.
Yeah. And
it's quite something.
and I'm just in it for a couple of weeks, so come on, give me time to improve. With all this disaster that we had the last couple of weeks, we were in a partnership for a dedicated server. Then that was messed up. Then we had to go to Nitrado for 2 weeks. Then we had to go to our new partner, Server Quote, where we got now our own dedicated server. And we had to fix all the save games and and then the stuff with the key. Really, I'm done for this week. I can tell you that. I'm really done for it.
Yeah, not my.
But guys, what is your main interest in the farming agency stuff that we put in the maps? Is there anything that you want to have improved? I mean, we will improve a lot for the next farm sim because we had to dial down Terra Life. I had to cancel it for this FS because we weren't able to deliver that early as it would have been necessary to have a decent playtime before the next farming simulator comes, because there are so many limits. We will try to bring it to the next, but is there something, maybe small details that we can fix or change in the way that Maze Plus is played on maps that you wanted to see in there, maybe? Good question, huh?
Tricky. It's a good question, and it's not one that I think I'm going to be much good at answering. Purely because I have absolutely no background in farming whatsoever. So, I could say, hey, why don't we do this? Or why don't you try that? And you'll be like, you just wouldn't do that. And I'd be like, oh, okay. Because I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know these things.
Sorry for interrupting. If any of our my moderators can post a link of the Maze Plus Discord, because where is he? Dang it! Someone asked. Stingray asked where you can download the map later on. It will be on our Maze Plus support Discord. Very important. If you join the Discord, go to rules, scroll down, pick your language, and then you will see the channels.
And then just say no to all of the rules. Because then you can't be held to them.
you have accepted them automatically. No, but really the question goes out to the guys in the chat. There are some that I know from the Discord that have really big experience in playing with this stuff. And so another question to you, Derb. I mean, I don't want to get you into any trouble, or maybe
I really hate it when people start with, so I know it could cause you trouble if you answer this, but
no, I just and the but.
Where are you going?
And the but would have been, but I really would enjoy if you get in trouble for it.
Yeah, I know. A lot of people would.
Yeah, it's like saying, "Thank God I'm an atheist," right? So it's the same.
Yeah, well.
It's the same. No. How can I put the question so that it's polite, fair, and you definitely get in trouble? How many people in the ambassador clan that you are in are talking about the changes that we made to the game? Don't get any of the console sites, because they have to miss out on that. But is there really an interest? Is there something that people see? Whoa, that could be something for the next farm sim that we are trying to achieve, or is there more? Nah.
You have put me on the spot. What about Maze Plus specifically?
Yeah, about the stuff that we do, that our whole Maze Plus farming agency stuff has brought to the game.
I know it's been mentioned a few times.
To help you a little bit.
Go on.
To help you a little bit in the podcast with DJ, Chris, and Lars, they said Chris said there are 3 bigger game changers in Farm Sim 19, like Straw Harvest, Seasons, and Maze Plus. So that really made me up. Whoop. They know what we do.
I mean, it is. No, I've always said to you and to everyone that for me, Maze Plus is one of the things, or at least elements of Maze Plus. Let me rephrase that. Are elements that should have been implemented into the likes of FS19 from the very start, especially along the lines of the added crops, because the addition of the new crops from 17 to 19 was, in my mind, underwhelming. And the fact that animals seem to be just kind of left on the side. You know, horses were introduced, great, but the novelty of those, for me at least, kind of wore off after, you know, maybe a month or two. You know, feed it, water it, ride it for 5 minutes, put it away again, and then sell it for an insane amount of money later on. So whilst I'm not against it, what my biggest issue was the fact that the whole TMR thing was left unchanged. The fact that animal care was left completely just... It wasn't... It didn't, to me at least, it didn't even appear to be looked at. So
we picked up there a little, I think, pretty good, but the scale of the animals at least when they brought in the horses that are scaled 1-to-1, real life, and the cows and all that other stuff is still way too big. This is what disappointed me the most, to be honest.
Do you know, for me, it wasn't even that. It was the whole, because I know that when it comes to cattle, especially, feed isn't as simple as bung a bit of straw in, add a bit of hay.
Yeah.
You know, maybe just a little bit of silage on the side. It's not that straightforward. You've got bagged additives. You've got the root crops and the pulps that you put in. You've got your different types of silage. You've got, you know, all of these grains, all of these things that you have to put together to create that TMR. To me, was just far too simplistic and far too bare bones, basic, straightforward.
You know, when
it wasn't anything to it.
And
I was hoping. Go on.
No, you were hoping that?
I was hoping that with the release of 19, there might have been something added, and there might have been, okay, well, maybe you need to add some wheat, for example. I mean, or I don't know, whatever. You know, you have to add a certain amount of something else, and it just wasn't to be. And it was a bit of a disappointment to me. They just felt a little bit undertouched, not
for
just
me,
left.
For me, the on the long run was the planning of a much more extended feeding system. But I was really happy that I could get Modell Eicher in the first place to start doing the maze stuff. And we said we won't touch the feeding because it will be too much work to do and completely overdo. And I think we played a week, and then we said we have to change it. We can't leave it like that. No, we can't. And then we did it, but we tried to do it in a simple way so that you get a basic ratio. But already there, people took that as must-have or you have to, and didn't check that it's just an example ratio. So I put in maize, grass, whole crop silage, potatoes, and sugar beet as they are used in feeding. We excluded hay because hay is worth nothing in FS. So that you have to have hay on top of the TMR is not that realistic at all, because you can put it in there for the structure, for the fiber. But we wanted to do it so that people have to make hay separately and that it's worth something. And so many people didn't get what I was trying to achieve with putting barley, rape, and all that stuff in there, just to show them that they can fill up the mixer wagon, the TMR, just as they want to. That they play, if they play on a map that has, for example, some other crops, I don't know, just XYZ, that they can put it in there and that it's fitting for every map, that you just have to do a small change in the Maze Plus folder in the map, in the animal food extension, and that our script will pick on that and take that for this map, that you don't have to change the main script. And yeah, I had in mind to make it more realistic with the feeding, but with people already struggling reading the tutorials or the PDF, I was really scared. Yeah, I know, but I was really scared that they put so much effort and time into renting over Maze Plus, and instead of reading for half an hour the PDF, what would have explained all the issues that they had. And a lot of people who really were against Maze Plus, after they read the PDF and they said, "Well, now I get it, and it's astonishing. It's superb. Why didn't we have it in the base game?" And there's a lot of talking and information necessary, and this is what I'm trying to achieve with our live streams, to really no promotion talk or the next FS will be the best or this mod is the best. Really to get a little bit into knowing the people, and that they can ask and that they understand what I'm trying to achieve with this modification. And this is why we go with the next update a little bit further, because I think a lot of people now understand how the Animal Food Edition works. We will give them more onto hand to use it, to make it for them fitting and realistic. Yeah, and then we are already short before the next FS, and then let's see what they pick up, right?
Absolutely. And I to go back to your initial question, it has been brought up by other the other elected ambassadors to have Maze Plus as something which is base game.
Yeah.
It has been brought up a few times, and whilst Giants themselves haven't necessarily given a response that can be read into on that, the comments by people, I'm trying to word myself very carefully.
Yeah, you have to.
Comments from the other ambassadors in there who have replied to that discussion have been very positive. Even, because of the main question that came up was, what about the audience who is younger, who don't necessarily play this game as a simulation, so to speak, who play this game more as an open world sandbox, hop in the tractor, go and drive around the field. The ones that would, perhaps go and buy the biggest, largest tractor with the biggest, largest implements. The people who want to play the game as a sandbox.
I have an answer to that. We were planning on doing it because Giants has some problems with on-off switches. You see it with Seasons, for example, right? Because I think it's something with the console companies that they say what is in the game has to be played and not on-off or something like that. I think Lars mentioned something like that. But we wanted to do it the way that you go into the shop and that you can customize your mixer wagon, for example, that you load in the shop the ratio you want to use, that you want to use the base game ratio or the extended version. So possibilities are there, but the problem, I got a crying and a laughing eye on that. If Giants picks up on the ideas, of course it would have made us proud as hell. But Giants has a talent for dialing stuff so much down when you see seasons, for example.
Sorry.
When it was from
Yeah.
the studio, it was great, and then it was implemented and it was dialed down a lot. And they have a hand for locking up the script documentation. I don't know if they do it on purpose or if it is so far intended because there are these security issues with the consoles within these scripts that they do not show open. I'm not sure. I have no clue. I'm no programmer. I have no idea of it. And I will respect every comment on that from Giants just to understand. But if they would pick up stuff that we do and they don't mess it up so that we can build on that on top, would be the best solution for us ever. Because if something like that is integrated in the game, it's possible to put it on console so that console player would have much more variety in feeding and fruits and all that stuff. So it would really be a big plus from our side. The other thing is we are struggling for 10 years now with the size of everything in the FS. Remember back in the days when the vehicles were from the same tractor was from 5 meters to 3 meters long, wide. So it differed in so many because there was no one-to-one scale. The animals, the cows, are so big. They are 4 meters long and 2.50 meters high. My guys love old stables, old husbandries. If they build an old stable where you can fit in 15 to 20 cows, you use the Giants cows, you can fit in 2, or it looks awkward. So there are so many improvements that have not been done that I'm really more scared if they take on that than I would be happy if they do.
So, I mean, I can bring that up. I can bring that up, and I can send that to them, no problem. In fact, I'll do that I'll do that now as we're talking.
Yeah, we are really open. I mean, Bull and me had the non-disclosure agreement with Giants back in the days when we started with the FSL. That was the first we had to sign. And I think they know me well enough that they know that I do not talk over stuff that I signed for. Myself personally was a little bit disappointed that we were not informed about the way precision farming worked, for example, because our Terra Life was really a big game changer for us because it would have taken Maze Plus to another level. We have partners who were waiting for their products to be shown, and it was planned for the next FS, but then I tried to bring it in this one, and then came precision farming, and we had too much for not enough hands and minds, so we had to skip it. But we are open for it. I mean, we love the game. We want to improve it, and we want to improve it so that mostly everybody can play it. We are not this type of guy who says we only want to do console mods because there's more money in it, and we don't want to be the guys who say, "Oh, we hate consoles. We only want to do PC." We want to do the best possible, and but for that we need a little bit of an open conversation to get into it, because we do it all for free. We are free testers for Giants. We are free programmers for Giants. We are 3D artists for Giants. We are free influencer if you want to.
Yeah.
And we do it because we love the game. And if there's a possibility that they give us a little bit back, just in information, so just that we can do our job better, it would help so much. It would improve so much.
There has been a lot of talk. No, let me rephrase that. There has been mention of... It was an idea that I had put forward some time ago. So I'll just put this out in the open as something I had discussed with them as an idea. I didn't get much back in terms of feedback, but as an idea, it was something I had put to them, which was a in quotes, like a roadmap
Is Witchy the
So-
Witchy in chat? Is Witchy the Witchy? Is it our Witchy?
I have no. I'll be honest with you. My phone is shut. I haven't got the stream open at the minute.
Okay. Please take a look, because it's really important. If she is, then she...
But it was something that I had recommended.
Yeah.
For the sake of everybody, you know, that there could be some kind of roadmap. You know, here is what we are aiming for in a 6-month, say, as an example, road. Here's what we're trying to do. And to create that as an open platform, an open discussion base for not just modders, but for players, and for people to say, yeah, I like that idea, that's a good idea, or for people to say, that's not such a good idea. Because now what we have is a very, here is what you're getting, and there's no discussion on that.
Mm-hmm.
I know that Giants does listen to feedback, obviously, of the player.
Sorry, I have to get into it short. Lydia, no, I do not always speak English in live streams. It's only on Thursday. Thursday is always the, or starts the English live streams now. On all the other days, it's German. Yeah, sorry.
No, of course. They do. They hear the feedback,
Mm-hmm.
and the whole point of this ambassador program is for them to hear that feedback better.
Yeah.
And to receive more of it, I guess. So I'm hoping that if even if nothing is done with this game, which is a real possibility, that with the next game we see a more open discussion base.
Yeah.
Something more that players can have feedback, but also modders, and they can see what's happening, and they can. I don't want to say necessarily base what they're doing around Giants, but perhaps that there can be a more neutral standpoint.
I mean, for us, it's hard because we are a young team. I mean, not by age of the members, but by being together. There are some people who just grew in the farming agency team up to that position or point where they are now. We are not that big, like, for example, Vertex Design, who are with professional artists delivering a lot of high quality mods on a very high standard, and I really admire them for doing so. And we will never be, we never try to be like them in the amount of mods or the type of mods that they do, but we try to get into their very professional, in their very professional workflow. Yeah, we try to get better in that what we are doing, but not to get into their space. Same as Creative Mesh or many other big modding teams. But they are all in a complete different part of the farming simulator. That what we do. I mean, we do small mods too. We do old mods. We love 80s, 90s, and all that stuff. And there will be also some stuff from us coming. But we are in a very hard spot because no one really wants to change the way you play the farm sim. They all put in mods that go on vanilla scripts and base game settings to bring them to console and all that stuff. And we try to improve the way farm sim could be more realistic, the way we want to play it. So it's we don't earn money from it. We don't get much of anything, but we love what we do and we do it by heart. And I mean, luckily through the FSL, I know a lot of guys in person, so they know me too. It it can be good, it can be bad, of course.
Oh, yeah.
But I think most of them know that I really stand for what I'm saying, and that I'm straight up in these things. And I do not promote anything that I don't like. And if I criticize, I try to do it in a constructive way. Of course, I'm human, so sometimes I shoot over a little bit. Happens. I'm human. I'm sorry. But I try to keep it always very constructive for them. And I think they can count on my whole team being that way, that we want to improve. And this is really, with all the COVID stuff going on and the FSL stuff going on, so many people are involved there. There's not much space to get really in contact to say, come on, let's have a coffee. We talk about, we are planning that. What are you planning? Can we do it together? Can you give us tips, or can we have maybe a bigger script documentation just to get it right? Wobster helped us, Rakin helped us, so that we could do the scripting really clean. That if someone else is using the same function, doesn't get locked out because we made it hard coded. Yeah. And we have a lot of limitations that are holding us back at the moment, that are way back from the old consoles, and we really want to improve all that stuff. And if you can help as an ambassador to get closer, that would help so much, because Oxy is family, SMI modding is family, Edomod is family, Buffo family, and Brian is the little stepson. He's also more or less family. These are the FA Musketeer partners. These are the partners that we want to achieve more and being closer for the next and the next and the next FS, because it seems that we tick a little bit in the same, that we have the same ideas, that we can complement each other very well. And I think this is a big potential for Giants if you have an amazing mapper like Oxygen David. And he does not only maps, he does machinery and buildings and all that stuff. And SMI, they have amazing mods, and Edo mod.
They are incredible.
Yeah, and Matteo, I love this guy.
He is a fantastic guy.
And to quote you on Mappa Italia, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's maybe the best map. So this is really something. This is a workforce that can be really close to Giants if they want to, if they listen. So
yeah, I mean we could talk a little bit later about that. I've always said the whole purpose of me taking up the position that I have is so that I can bridge the gap, so to speak. And otherwise, what's the point of me taking the position? You know?
Yeah, it's hard. It's really hard.
It's difficult.
It's an unthankful job that you have there.
Well, I mean, that's not something that particularly bothers me. I don't necessarily take something on to be thanked or to get a reward out of it. I do it because I want to. I don't do it for me. I do it for others. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah,
and I know that sounds really, really slushy. And
no, not at all.
Overly kind of. Oh wow, isn't he so noble? Kind of, yeah.
No, not at all. Because
but
I have been in your position. I've been in your position, and this is what I meant with it's a very difficult job. Back in the FSL, I was the one who was pushing for a lot of stuff that nobody really pointed out to, and all thought that I tried to gain something for my team or for me personal, but it was really for all the teams. Starting with having water behind the stage or a room where you can put your all that little things. But I earned a lot of backlash because people thought, why does he do it? What does he gain on it? Nobody believed me that it's just because I want to have a fair game. I want to have all with the same assets, and just to keep it plain. And this is difficult to show people that you are really interested in getting something smoothed out, not because you gain anything for your British community or for your personal gain or something, because you're in it with your heart. This is difficult.
This is exactly the thing, and I've had all kinds of comments thrown at me for taking the position up, which I can handle. I've got thick skin. I don't care.
Sorry. Hello, Coco. How's the chocolate going?
Coco.
Nice.
I've had a lot of comments from people, and especially with the amount of, let's say, drama that's kicked up. There's a lot of people like to put me under as a puppet, and they don't see the reasoning behind what I do is because sometimes how do I word this?
You're just a decent guy, and
I'm just trying to help.
Yeah, and this is funny enough, this discussion, but in an other direction, we had tonight. When I said, I am always kind to women. I am always kind to other people, not because I want to gain something or I want to hook up with them or something like that, because I am raised well, right? And there are always people who are not able to do so. And they always will think, why does he do it? What does he gain from it? Why is it? And it's just because kindness doesn't cost you anything. Anything. A smile doesn't cost you anything. But it can give other people so much more. And when you are in the position that you can talk to giants, talk to the community, and figure out how to get it done the best, it's a personal achievement. It's something that makes you proud, but you don't gain anything. But it makes you feel better, and people don't get it. And this is where you have to be against every day. So I never wanted to have your position, to be honest, because I really, really am scared of what that can cause you.
See, the thing is that we also have our page, and I think that's done me a lot in terms of how setting me up. That's a bit extreme, but kind of helps me to I don't know how I'm going to word that. It helps me to kind of understand somebody else's point of view, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's a lot of there can be a lot of issues, and you can get into some quite, let's say, heated discussions. So that helped me a lot, I think. That did help a lot. So when there's something that needs discussing, I'm quite ready just to jump up and say it. My approach isn't always the best. But
I had to learn.
It's always good intentions.
I really had to learn. I tuned in for Drunk Paul. Where's Drunk Paul? I'm not drunk. I'm waiting. I'm waiting on my delivery from Sven Heiliger. He wanted to send me beer, but it didn't come today. So and today was a stress day. No, what I wanted to say, I really had to learn it the hard way. Back in the FSL days, I really tried to get. I'm a person, when I see an issue, I want to get it done now. Not next week, not the week after. I want to get it done now, because I cannot sleep if I know there's an issue and it's not fixed. So, first of all, I had to learn that it's quite different between a modding team who's working on a mod, who's testing it, who can change something if there's an issue on the fly, and a company that is doing a farm sim, for example, a game that is, if there's an issue today and you bring it up, they are already much further into the next game than they are still in the old game. So this is nothing that they can change on the fly. I had to learn that. I didn't know that. I didn't think about it. I didn't care for it, but I had to learn it. And I was so picky in pointing out stuff that the good old Lars Lizatan, I love this guy.
Lars is great.
He said to me, Uwe, I do not talk to you because I want to. I talk to you because I have to. Stop it. And that was really a wake-up call for me, because I like what I like on Lars the most is that he's also a straight guy and dead honest. And this is really what I like. This is what I can handle if people are straight and dead honest, instead of going corners and corners and corners and corners, right? I can better deal with the truth than with some, you know. So, and this is where I kept thinking, okay, why? Why, Lars? Why? And and so I changed my approach on talking to giants. I'm still pointing stuff out, and as I mentioned earlier, of course I have my bad days where I overshoot. It happens, and I'm really sorry for it.
Human.
But
in the same way that I'm human,
but I would
time I can bite, and I don't necessarily mean it.
But I would say in most of the time I really get it right, so that criticism or issue reports really come to the person that needs to hear it, and so I think it's okay. There's still a lot of improvement that they could do, that we could do, but I think we are on a good way, because since Lars is with giants, I think my personal opinion is that Lars is the best thing that could happen or has happened to giants and the farm sim ever, because he was with EA. He was community manager with EA when Battlefield 4 had his release, and it was the worst release of a game ever, as far as I know.
He is a tough cookie.
Yeah, so he knows how to deal with the community. Yeah. And this is really, really. I hope we can keep him for much longer.
Yeah. No, to go on from what you're saying, I very careful. A lot of the time as I'm talking, you've probably sort of realised I hesitate a lot, and you
have to because you have to be careful.
Not only do I,
you have to be careful.
Yeah, I do, but for myself and for others, because I don't like this. I think about what I'm saying in a way that if I'm held to it because it's true.
No, it's really important, and I'm absolutely good with it. You can hold back, you can think and struggle as much as you want.
I don't like to say something that can possibly be misconstrued.
Yeah.
Because that's happened a few times, and it's happened once or twice to me, and it's been quite a big problem. And something that I've said very innocently, very quickly turns into something not innocent.
Yeah, I know. This is when for example, a spoiler gets into movement.
Exactly.
Yeah, I know. I've been there.
Yeah.
But not on that level that you are now on. Just
no, but this is exactly my point. Is when you said I'm going to ask you something that's going to get you into trouble. I've just gone, oh god.
No, that was just because I know that I know when someone asks a question like that you will go immediately, oh boy. So this is only why I asked you that way.
No. No, I know, and I know you wouldn't. Okay, I like to think that I know you wouldn't put me in that kind of position anyway.
I never would. I never would.
But no, I had a point that I was going to bring up, and it's gone.
Doesn't matter. That's my magic power. I can interrupt people.
No, not at all. No, it was something. I think it was something Lars related.
Yeah,
probably. But no, it's going back to what we were saying before, it's, there's only so much I can do. There's only so much any ambassador can do. We're not giants. We are just an annoying fly in their ear. But they ask for that. They say to us, if you have anything else, please give it to us. They want to hear it. Whether they can do something about it and whether they can provide us with an answer is a different thing altogether. There was a bit of a kickoff in the FS Discord a couple of days ago, and people saying, we ask ambassadors this and we ask them that, and they don't give us an answer. And Lars quite openly turned around and said no, but they do bring it to us, and it's not their fault if we can't give them an answer.
Yeah.
Because obviously there's things they don't have answers for, or if they do have answers, they can't give it to us. And it can be frustrating, yes, and I get that. I wholeheartedly get that, because there's been times I've gone to them thinking, right, I'm going to get an answer on this, and I put the question out there, I put the comments out there, and I get nothing back. And the reason for that is because the thing that I've had to ask, or the thing that I've asked, or the thing that I've alluded to, very possibly they can't talk about. It's not my business. It's not anybody's business. It's not something that can be openly put into the realm. And that's absolutely fine.
Except of some smaller issues, I always got a response and an answer.
Exactly. Anything that's, if I went, hey, there's a problem with such and such, what should I do? Or, such and such has said they want to see this, or can this be something that's expanded on? And they'll go, fair. That's a good bit of feedback. We can give that to the relevant people. Thank you very much.
Yeah. I think what people very often do not understand is that it is not. It's not like going into the supermarket. I want some pasta, and you buy it and you got it.
No.
It's a lot of things are not changeable that fast. Some things don't have to be answered that fast, because there are so many other things in the background also to that you have to check. I mean, I'm in personal talks and as friend and or in private to a lot of guys. I mean, you know that. And it's always a difference between talking in private or talking in a stream, for example.
Of course.
So I really know where you're coming from. No worries there. So you don't have to explain to me how this works, because I have to explain
No,
on a daily
absolutely not.
basis also to the community if they ask me stuff like that, or they always think we should work for giants and stuff like that. Where I said no, it's crappy, because when you work for giants, you have to be in that treadmill of giants. Then there's more stuff you don't have to do instead of being able to do it as a free modder. You can just do what you want, and if you're working for giants, you have to fit into the big wheel.
Big box.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
No, of course.
And Giants is a company. They have to earn money, and I wish that they earn as much as they can, because with that they invest into the game. They keep it moddable. They keep up on the FSL. They bring companies into the game. It's all okay. It's all good, and I don't get in discussions if this DLC is too expensive or too cheap or quality is nah. If we want more good DLCs, of course we have to buy here and there a DLC that is not in our favor, just to show them, yeah, the way with longer release terms and more DLCs is fine. Yeah, you have to show it, because the only way that Christian Ammann, for example, or Geiger will notice it is if the bank account is right.
See, and there's 2 points there I'll bring up, actually. First of all, being the DLC aspect, and if there's something that we don't necessarily like, there's something which doesn't necessarily meet an expected quality type detailed expectation.
Yeah.
I don't think I've come across any DLC for 19 that I would say that was a bad DLC in terms of its quality. I mean, Kverneland and Kverneland Vicon and Alpine, you look at some of the equipment on that and the little details are immense. They are huge.
Yeah.
I have no issues with their quality, you know?
You know where I got issues with
Go on.
is they have different standards. On many DLCs, I think the John Deere DLC, the Cotton DLC, still hasn't got an update, even if there are known issues on it. There are some DLCs that have not the base game functions in it that they require from modders who send stuff to ModHub. They have not the same guidelines for every modder who sends to ModHub. There are really crappy mods at the moment being released on ModHub.
Yep.
The Deutz D80, for example. I mean, I am no modder, but when I saw the model, I said, what the fuck is going on there? And another guy out of our team who didn't deliver on his normal standards because he wanted to get it out. It was not crap, but it was not his normal standard, but still better than all the other stuff that I mentioned. Got rejected. And this is when you ask yourself, why do they keep different standards for different modders? At the moment, there are a lot of Brazilian mods incoming that are really poor quality. Why? Why? Oh, why? And this is what causes a lot of ranting in the community that is really unnecessary.
See, this is a very hot topic.
I know.
Very touchy. I know that there has been a lot of discussion with and between ambassadors in the relevant areas by which there have been eyebrows raised and there have been comments made and there have been responses and there have been actions taken. Wording that loosely, which
to help you a little bit out, I got a personal friend on ModHub, on the ModHub at Erlangen, yeah, who really can't stand me. He cannot stand me. I can't stand him either. When we meet, we talk, but that's all. And he rejected my report of a map that has used our assets without permission. So it was the complete Christmas holiday break on ModHub, and he just said, "Oh, we do not give support on this. It will be after the break. You have to reply again, and blah 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 blah. We only do key issues." But there were releases on ModHub over the breaks, so someone was there, and it's not that hard to pull a mod down that is obviously with not permitted assets, right? And then there are two other guys on the ModHub testing team who are, I wish they were all like them, because they listen, they talk to you, they understand, and they explain if there's an issue.
I think I know who you're talking about, and I agree.
Yeah, for me, my personal icon on the ModHub testing team is der Schreiner. I know him in person. I met him. I talked to him a lot, and he is really into getting all the stuff better and more improved and all that. But you only need to have one faulty apple in or on the tree, and the whole mod hub gets into bad. How do you say it? That people think bad of mod hub. Yeah.
See, this. I'll be honest with you. This is something I don't generally like to touch on.
Yeah, it's hard because you can make more enemies than friends with this
Of course
topic.
you can.
Yeah, I know. But I don't care for my personal preferences.
No, that's fine. I have had issues, and I have expressed issues with it, and I have pointed things out, and I've had action taken on things from a non-modder's perspective, which just aren't acceptable. I won't bring those up. I don't think there's any need to necessarily, really.
Yeah.
But of course, equally, there's only so much that I can comment about it, because one, I'm not a modder. Two, I'm not QA. You know, I can do basic observations, and I can pass on messages from people as I have, and that's kind of as much as I can do. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, of course.
Like there are certain things I can do, and there are certain things I can say, and there are things I have done.
Now that we are here on Sandy Bay, this is the best example at all. I think the biggest achievement. Hey, is the chat still alive? Are you still there, guys? We need some comments.
I think they're talking amongst themselves at the moment.
Yeah. Looks like that. Leave us some hearts and some shout outs, and don't forget to like, subscribe, share the video. No, but now that we're here on Sandy Bay, I do not really remember how often, but I think at least if Oxy's still there, he can. Oh, Dutch field maps. Yeah, you have to contact me too, please. It's urgent. I think at least 10 times he sent in Sandy Bay to ModHub, and it came back with issues. And the best thing where we backed on for ages was the testing tool that we can pre-test. I told them so often, we will have 30 to 50 maps coming with our Maze Plus stuff. Please give me the opportunity or the possibility to pre-test them. I want to save you time and workload. We can pre-test. We want to pre-test so that we can get the maps cleared out to your testing. And it took them so long to release the alpha test tool.
Yeah, it's I seem to remember that there was mention of a public test tool made way back years ago.
I know.
If now the problem is that I full transparency, I can't seem to find where that was mentioned, and I don't remember where that was mentioned.
I know when I heard the first time of it was in the boot
I'm sure
boot camp.
I've heard it.
Boot camp in Erlangen when we were there. It was 2.5 years ago.
Yeah, I remember it being mentioned. I just couldn't remember where. So there's been times when I've
Lancy writes test to lifesaver. Yeah, Lancy, I know you had your fair share with the testing team and the Maze Plus stuff too. I know. we spent nights and hours together. When he came back, it failed again. Can you what is wrong now? What is here? What is there? What is? Then you forgot some mid maps. Then you put them in. Then in the next testing, it wasn't the right ones, or suddenly it changed from you have to you don't have to have. It was so annoying. It was really so annoying. And this is really something that I will always point out. I know it's hard to get good people for the job. I know that ModHub testing is by far not the best and not best and most wanted job to have. It can be really tricky, and I know how often we have in our internal tests where you just don't see you don't see it. You're getting blind on it because you see it or touch it the 50th time and you really didn't see the fault. But things can happen. faults can happen, but if you have the feeling that it is a personal call that a mod fails, then it's getting really, really hard to explain to people why that occurs.
See, again, this is something I can't really comment on because I've never been in that position. You know, I've heard from a couple of people.
When is
now
your
that
your first mod out?
mine?
Yeah.
Never.
Why?
Me? If I can't run a... Hang on. If I can't, make something work here, very simple, then there's no way that's going to happen.
You're sitting at the well. Hey, Vape Planet is
Oh,
there. You're sitting at the well.
fine. Yeah, that's right. That's fine.
You
Doesn't
just
matter.
have to ask left, right, front, back. Just ask. Everybody will help you.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, I mean, no. 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 It's not going to happen. Maybe one day. When I've
Maybe.
got. I keep using the excuse. Oh, I don't have time.
Yeah.
Well, I do. That's the problem. I do have the time, but I don't have the patience for it.
Yeah.
You know, something so simple, and I don't know. I mess up a tag in an XML. You know, I put 2 hashes instead of 1 by
And you
accident,
can't find
and
them.
I can't spot it. And I sit there, and my face, I must look like a slapped backside on a Monday morning. You know, I just sit there, and I'm so frustrated.
There
And they're like, someone's like, "Do you need help?" And I'm like, "No, it's fine."
there is a really popular map people are waiting on. I will not name any, but he was in finding out why his potatoes didn't show up anymore. And he said he spent hours. He checked everything, and he couldn't find it. He sent it to me, and it took 2 minutes to find it. Because if you are so focused on something, you really have to take a break and do something quite different. And when you come back to it, you will find it. If you try hard to find the issue, it's so annoying. It's really so annoying.
It really, really winds me
Yeah.
up. It's because I don't have very good patience at the best of times. I lose my cool very quickly. So the very second something starts going wrong and I can't fix it, that's game over at that point. You know, there's no point continuing.
Yeah, I mean, we were so motivated in the beginning. I mean, no, in the beginning we weren't. I had to talk Modell Aisha into doing the script. Then, yeah, he really thought nobody would like it, nobody would play it. So he thought, if I'm doing it or not, okay, I do it. Then came Forage extension. Then came afterwards the horse extension, because it should have been Forge extension 2.0, and there should have been a separate horse extension script.
That's interesting.
But we had to put so much already into it that there would not have been enough for a separate horse extension, and I didn't want to waste the icon, because Workflows from Vertex made our icons, and I wanted to use it, so I called the map update horse extension. And if I had known the confusion I spread with that, because still people ask me, where's the horse extension download? Where can I download it? I'm so sorry for that, guys, but yeah, I'm learning. No, but then we were really highly motivated, and then with every brick wall you run into, you lose a little bit of this effort. And then we reached a point where we had so many ideas, and we were able to make them go okay-ish before precision farming came. But we had some flaws in it, and we needed to have some improvements, and we needed some code that we didn't get, and we needed some limits being lifted that wasn't done, that they didn't do. And then came precision farming, and we couldn't take it anymore. It was too much. It would have taken us at least till summer to get a decent version running with precision farming, because Modell Eicher, for example, and greetings to him, he is I love this guy like my son, but he's a fucking annoying perfectionist. So
Why?
if it
So I get
doesn't,
that.
if it doesn't work perfectly, it's crap. So, and if you got 95% perfect, but 5% is not working as intended, he will never ever do okay, we leave it like that. So the 5% getting us frustrated and forgetting about the 95%. And this is where I said, okay, guys, I will dial it down. I will make an announcement that Terra Life will not be available for Farm Sim 19. We will do it for the next FS, and maybe we get some information from Giants, and maybe we can work a little bit in advance before the new FS is released, because of course we would never ever spoil anything from the next FS, even if I could play it or something like that, right? Because it's just I mean, non-disclosure agreement stands for something, and for me a word is a word. But it would help so much, and this would bring, for example, back our motivation to really know, okay, we can do this now, we can do that now, and we have time to improve it, because we are not at this release state where Giants is now at. I think they were with the Alpine DLC. That was pretty much the next FS, because that had to be done before they announced that they will move the release date for 1 year. So that had to be something. So they are now much further again. So, and if we pick up on the Alpine DLC, we can't, because it's how do you say it? In German, it's verschlüsselt, encrypted.
Yep.
So,
Yeah.
and this is something that annoys a lot, right? If you are really willing to do something, to bring something on the table to the community, and you constantly get held back by stuff like that, this is what it really makes it hard to get motivated again.
Yeah. No, I get that.
If you have a paid job for that and you cannot work on, it's okayish, because you do your job, you get your money, all is fine. Bad job, good money, okay. But a crappy job and no money for it is then really where you start to think about, do we have to really again?
Yeah.
And again and again and again, right? And this is, I think, I mean, I will not be the bad guy here, but I think this is where you lose a lot of people, even modders. And of course, for every modder that quits, there are new ones coming. But I think it's very important to keep the modders a little bit activated that were within the farm sim back in the days, because they know the process, they know the changes, they are really into it, they know what is possible, what may be possible. And all the new modders coming, I mean, it's now from US, there are a lot of new modders who are really not into the workflow, how it all works. They do not even read the TOS. How is it called?
Terms of service.
Yeah, terms of service. And I received so many issue reports from American mappers who said, "Oh, I couldn't get my map on ModHub. They don't like me. If I would have been German, it would have passed." And it's 900 kilobit long, the issue report, where it seems like they just put everything into the map and didn't care about anything. And I said, "Did you read the terms of service?" What? I said, "Yeah, did you read what you signed?" No. I said, "Yeah, read it and read the report, and you will know why your map failed. It's not the fault of Giants. It's your own."
Yeah.
Yeah, and they have to learn that. as we did.
Yep, absolutely. Everybody, this is the thing. It's not.
Guten Abend, Tim.
It's not optional.
Yeah. It's hard. It's hard. I don't think that it's getting better, but you can train the people that are already there better and involve them better in stuff. And this is something they had. I think my personal opinion, of course, but I think they have to get more people into the boat, like now the ambassadors who are part of the community and are also in between the community and the community manager, for example, to give some much more detailed and filtered information to giants. Because my personal opinion is also there are a lot of people working in Erlangen that are really interested in making Farm Sim a better game, because most of them are hired from or within the community. And I think the problem is more upstairs, where the money is getting counted. But of course, it's a company; they have to earn money. Of course, they care for the money and not so much how they earn it. But still, there are so many people at Giants that have a little bit or a heavy word in how the farm sim is turning out afterwards. And these people need to be connected to the communities much more, not to any idiots in the community who want strawberries harvested by Ropa or something like that. No, I mean really the base community.
Yeah, of course. No, definitely. It's I think that's something that, especially something that has been mentioned by something that has been mentioned already, that is something that which is going to be expanded on.
Yeah. And what
so
go on.
So I wouldn't worry about that being a problem, honestly. Lars has already said to us that as of very soon, the role of our role, there'll be a lot more coming on to us.
I mean, there's another issue. We, the Germans, the British, the French, the Italian, and the Dutch, they really have to know now we are no longer the middle of the farm sim. We are no longer the biggest number, and also PC players are no longer the biggest number. We are with the farm sim now worldwide, and I think more than half is console players.
I think it is. If you were to factor both platforms in,
and
I
more,
think it works out now outweigh the PC players.
And more than half is not the old farm sim community anymore. So we have to open up. We have to listen to other countries. We have to work together with other countries. This is what I try to achieve with the farming agency, to build up not a super active Discord where you talk every day, just to give a platform where you can get together with other teams by knowing that nothing gets out in the open, that you can discuss stuff, that you can work together to improve. And in the beginning it worked really well, and then it started, some teams really tried to get the best of me or of us. And of course I have no problem. I don't care how big you are or how many followers you have. I would show you the door. If you are not able to give something to the community, for example, Daggerwin, 750k, I don't care, he's out. Because I really don't care how big your number is if you are not willing to do the same as the one-man modding team from Kentucky, for example, right? If there's one guy sitting in the US who's doing scripts, and he says, of course, hey, I got time, I can script you that, I get it, here you can use it. Such a guy is much more worth for the community than someone who is sitting on. This is no hate. Also, I have nothing against Dagger when in personal, so don't get me wrong. It's just to explain. This is much more worth. This one guy in Kentucky is much more worth than someone who's just doing videos.
Of course.
Yeah, and this is so my little philosophy. And this is why I basically created within the farming agency Musketeers, and as you know, Musketeers only were 4, and these are the 4 teams that I will work, or that we will work very closely, very familiar in the future with together, and this is where I know I can count on them, and they will never stab me in the back, and I will never stab them in the back. And I think this is a good platform to give impressions to giants, because we are very colorful. We are from 3-4 different states or countries. Everybody has a slightly different approach on maps, on machinery, and all that stuff. But at the end, we are all with the same interest to make farm sim better. And this is something where I really count on you as ambassador to try your best to get us heard and involved.
Of course. I mean, this is what I was saying before. If I wasn't doing that, or if I couldn't do that, I wouldn't be in this position.
Yeah.
So, although I'm not going to sit here and promise you the world, I will at least make the promise that I can raise issues and I can discuss things and I can at least try, because I know, as I was saying earlier, they can't always provide me with an answer, and they can't always help me, which naturally you understand.
Yeah.
Not everything can be fixed. Yeah. Not everything can be made 100% perfect.
Can you promise cake? Witchy, it's on you. It's still on you. If we have our first meeting, you have to provide us the cake.
I have to provide the cake.
No, Witchy.
Oh, I see.
Witchy has to provide us the cake, because she's always making us a really long nose with the cake pictures. You remember?
I was going to say, if it was a cake from me, would you like a side of food poisoning with that?
No. Let's her do it, because
it won't be me who does it. Let's put it that way.
Okay, she says, yeah. So we just have to get rid of Corona that we can finally meet. Yeah, Sam. Who needs modding stuff when you can have cake? Absolutely.
Cake is life.
Food
and on
is
that
love.
wonderful note, I do need to make a move. I do need to head off.
Yeah, I know.
I leave for work in 5 hours. So
no. we I think we are talking long enough, because it wasn't even meant to be that long. I mean, I said an hour, max 2. But I think we had a really interesting conversation. I love the fact that you joined today, that you joined my first official English stream, and I will try to...
English stream? English. How about that?
I will try to do it on a regular basis on Thursday. I hope that the timestamp is okay. I'm not so sure how I can... make it, if I will do some playing in the background, but for my personal opinion, I would love to talk, to have some topics, to have some guys from the English or American community joining here, that we can make a little bit more like a podcast, for example. Next week we could do release of Marvel Manor or something like that. But I would love to pick on that, or to build on that what we did today, and I'm really pleased and really happy that you were here with me, that we could speak as open as it was possible.
It's only been 6 to 8 months since we've actually spoken properly
Yeah.
in VC.
Yeah, and that was when I remember correctly, it was with always the break, a super chat here and heist here and super chat here and heist here and there. You couldn't really talk that that easy as we could today now. Bex, Oxy couldn't join us because he had to work overtime and he was in chat here before. But I think that there will be plenty more streams, and I want to keep it the way that we did it today. I don't want to rant against giants because there's no point for me in that. But of course, critically talking on points that really are actual topics. I think it's okay. I think we didn't overstep in any way. I think I didn't overstep, and I think and hope that you didn't overstep in any way.
No, I wouldn't have let myself.
Um,
That's why I was being very careful.
Yeah. So basically, let's wrap it up, and I want to say a big shout out to the chat that you joined here, that you listened to us, that you didn't fall asleep. I'm
Insane ramblings with my dulcet tones.
And let's see where we can go from here. I mean, we should really have much more private conversations, much more often. I think. I would love it. And
well, my DM is open.
And maybe next time we have some Americans in here too, so that we can pick on them.
That's cool. No, definitely.
Yeah, but
we'll do it again.
I think I will not change the timestamp. I think 9 p.m. our time. I'm sorry for some Americans or Canadians that are way back, but it should be noon there.
Yeah, I don't think it's terrible time in that end of the planet.
But on the weekend there are so many streams that there's no place for me to be there. So I think we do it that way. And you can always call me when you got something to talk about. And that's it for today. So really big thank you into the chat that you all have been there. A really big thank you to Sir Derp of Derpy.
Thank you.
And I hope we will see us and talk us soon. Bye-bye.
Absolutely. Definitely.
See you guys.
Later.